Art, the universal language that allows men to express themselves since the dawn of day, since the world became world. Art, with its wide array of offerings, ranging from the Lascaux cave wall paintings to Jeff Koons installations and the ceiling of the Sistine Chapel, or sculpted columns of antique temples. It is fascinating to see how much art evolved with artists' materials and techniques. We all know Mona Lisa's smile, Monet and Cézanne's Impressionist Revolution, Van Gogh's self-portraits, Picasso's Cubism, and the many other elements that have stemmed into today's street art. Today, the very walls of our cities can speak and trigger emotions through paintbrushes, graffiti, and powerful and colorful posters that all convey a powerful, emotional, and touching message. Art has crossed many centuries and epochs, teaching us, leaving a trace of the passage of anonymous or famous men, and teaching us to draw lessons from the past on every scale. Artists have always played a key role in our society, sometimes destabilizing us, always making us react in one way or another. It befalls upon us to encourage these artists and to emphasize the importance of their talent. Painters, photographers, or sculptors are as many vectors for emotions and messages that we never hear enough. Today, more than ever, we need art, regardless that we are art lovers or collectors, men or women, grown-up or children. Art helps us grow and evolve, and most importantly, dream. Today, the virtues of art therapy are recognized, even championed by numerous professionals, and bring us peace, exteriorization, and strength. Art allows us to convey, to mark the passage of a man on earth forever, to tell future generations of the small and important events of our world, to fight until our weapons fall, to rise higher, to go further, to go beyond ourselves. Discover the life and work of some of these men and women who contribute to building tomorrow's art every day, armed with a thirst for happiness and incommensurable generosity. At the tip of their paintbrush, or through the lenses of their cameras, they all communicate something, which is sometimes difficult to pinpoint, but always powerful. Today, in 2017, traveling can take on many different forms. You are comfortably seated in an airplane seat on your way to a destination to travel, play, or spend time with your family. We would like to share that timeless, privileged moment during which we invite you to travel further on the wings of your imagination. Sit back and relax, and open your eyes and your heart wide. Let yourself be carried away on a journey. Bon voyage. Marie Cochard. Impossible to stop the strings of our heart from vibrating before Marie Cochard's paintings. The works by the former student of Landowski consist of abstract pieces that she sculpts and paints. These veritable bubbles of energy burst with life. The painter's bright yellows, passionate reds, and intense blues warm up our gaze and our soul. Through the powerful brush strokes, strong emotions, and joy of creating, which all prove palpable and delightfully communicative.
Yolanta, ma męża Palanta. Jolanta.
Jessica Weyman, Guatemalan Jessica Weyman lives in Switzerland, where she distributes the happiness and warmth of South America in her flamboyant, colorful paintings. Cows of all shapes and colors, funny and quirky human bodies, men and women in fantasy-filled decors, make her work a true ode to joy.
Funky.
Yves Forrobert. Having suffered in his life, Forrest's creed has always been to instill hope into life's darkest moments. But the artist decided that he would not be a tortured artist. Instead, he uses painting as a therapy, a way to sublimate pain and tame anguish. Simultaneously sunny and solitary, Forro creates works that oscillate between surrealism and expressionism. Peaceful landscapes in which the life force blows. Each painting is a giant bubble in which one feels as though nestled in a vivifying, reassuring cocoon. Julien Iglesias. Recognized artist, sculptor, decorator, all define Julien Iglesias, whose unique bespoke pieces bring new life into a room in a burst of energy that must be enjoyed and shared. His only limitation? His imagination, which brims over with new ideas with each passing minute. Julien imagines, Julien sees, Julien creates, mirrors, sculptures, pieces in driftwood. He never stops, trying to quench his thirst for creating, for giving life to his dreams and to ours. B3L. You will never believe what Betroil can create with glass and crystal. The artist's warm colors and plays on light make so many unique pieces in a style inspired by a rich, varied range of styles and ambiances, and brimming over with pictorial possibilities. Betroil uses a unique technique in France for the greatest pleasure of our eyes. Pitt Wide. Pitt Wide has helped us to dream since 35 years. The multifaceted artist has lived 1,000 lives at the four corners of the globe, sculpting his commitment and passion for metaphysics and the human condition using a unique technique based on precious stones and metals. His works reflects his hypersensitivity and vision of the world, which he shares with us with unparalleled generosity. Camillo. Nature, simplicity, children's laughter, and bird songs. All these miracles of divine creation serve as the inspiration for the Swiss artist who was touched by grace from an early age. Camillo creates with everything, all the time. Stained glass, sculptures, and paintings. The man boasts an unquenchable thirst for creation. His vocation pushes us to look beyond, higher, towards the heaven and the light, in a quest for a constantly deeper spirituality that helps understand the world around us. Russ Poley. English artist Francesco Ruspoli successfully created an immediately recognizable style that recalls stained glass art with its color and shapes that put mankind back at the center stage of lively and spiritual scenes. His living ensembles are not without evoking the great frescoes of the Renaissance. His characters move us, drumming a great sensitivity inside our hearts. Gérard Bouvier. Painter and sculptor, Gérard Bouvier never quite managed to keep both feet on the ground. His life story is a veritable saga, and his incredible experiences can be felt in every piece. With a beautiful freedom of tone, the artist makes sculptures and paintings filled with such unusual materials and ingredients as cutlery, endlessly playing with his tools to surprise us and raise emotions from within ourselves with a sincerity and spontaneity that make us feel good, quite simply. Sonia Lalique. For the past few years, Paris has played host to artist Sonia Lalique, who was born in Serbia in 1970. Animal painter Sonia is unique in the emotions that she triggers within our hearts, endlessly enchanting us with her portraits of dogs, horses, and bulls. Her fluid trait and sensitivity give life to her models whilst their souls and movement naturally evolve in the most moving of all dances. Nancy Vincent. Enter, like a gust of wind, into a new space-time with the futuristic work of Nancy Vincent, a Canadian artist who settled in the enchanting Laurentide region. The chemist-painter-artist shares her vision of tomorrow's world in her paintings, where the colors, forms, and ideas are nothing short of stupendous. Jean-Marc Chamard. Jean-Marc Chamard has fun, creates, paints, transforms, injecting the same amount of joy and imagination in each original and powerful work that he does in his life. The famous watercolor artist enjoys taking up challenges, like that of his series of elephants on rusty plates, or 3D canvases. His landscapes snatch us whole, leaving us with a sense of well-being. His models catch our eyes, never letting it go in the aim of sharing a magnificent palette of human emotions.
Back when you dated that drama queen, to remember the last time that I saw your face. We exchanged some words and hit the road. Neither us a single place to go. A friendship in the tank for 2 weeks. And we grew up on the wrong side of the river. And our childhood has gone on for way too long. And in time, I know we'll find it. We've been stuck across the river for way too long.
Marguerite Monticelli. Creation runs through the blood of Marguerite Monticelli, an artist renowned around the world for her pictorial work. The granddaughter of Adolphe Monticelli has always felt the need and want to draw. Enthralled by the beauty of the world, she wants nothing more than to share it with us. Through her wonderments, Marguerite Monticelli creates unique and powerful paintings using a wide range of different techniques: pastel, sanguine, oil, acrylic, endlessly working contrast and light with sheer virtuosity. Spectators find some of the warmth and light characterizing Provence in the works of the artist. Born and raised in this little bit of heaven, the artist drew her communicative energy and unique language that touches us to the bottom of our heart from her homeland.
Roses and romance on tonight's menu.
Rudy Padovan. It is not easy to summarize the artistic intent of Rudy Padovan. The multifaceted artist's works regularly travel across Europe. The painter and sculptor endlessly reproduces the perfect resonance between his sensitivity and matter, through creations that were made to touch the soul and embellish the heart. Danny Launay. Photographer Danny Launay travels for part of the year, drawing the inspiration for her second passion as painter-collage artist from great mountainous landscapes, Ladakh, Tibet, faraway riverbanks, or still Asian artisan art. Her mixtures of raw materials, including cardboard, black silk paper, or some bits of her own fabrics and photographs that she carefully tears, ruffles, and repaints, result in very intense collages with recurring hues of black, gray, and beige, often contrasting with an intense red that always instill a joy of life in her work. This torn abstraction is destroyed before being rebuilt into unique works, allowing her spectators plethora of interpretations.
Passa sozinha, ah, se ela soubesse que quando ela passa, o mundo sorrindo se enche de graça e fica mais lindo por causa do amor.
Tall and tan and young and lovely, the girl from Ipanema.
Yann Allard. Johan is the painter of harmony, of the synergy that exists between the artist, the canvas, and the symbols used to speak to the whole world. Fascinated by primal communication, the artist takes us back to mankind's infancy to reconnect us to our emotions. A magnificent journey. Annie Slivka. Specializing in lacquer, painter Annie Slivka contemplates nature and generously shares the beauty of its tiniest details. Her lacquer on wood tell us about the bark of a tree, a lichen, about the water playing with light and transparencies. Light reigns in the work of Annie Slivka, who expertly plays with it in an invitation to dream and get lost in these decors vibrating with poetry. Yveline Etienne. Yveline Etienne's photographic work is constantly intense. In the same way as a lace maker, she weaves delicate compositions on the profound subjects that touch her, and which are systematically related to the complexity of the human existence with its strengths and fragilities. Rio. We feel as though we've jumped feet first into Art 2.0 with Canadian troublemaker artist Rio. The painter juggles with colors and shape like a crazed gypsy. He takes us to a joyful universe of frank colors that blend psychedelia and ancestral symbols.
What about a hit of your love? Start to shake with your hand. Will it ever click? Will it ever click? Are you a freak? You turn and face me. Maybe this time I'll choose. What about a hit of your love? Start to shake with your hand.
Admire his series of skulls that make us love life through their warm hues and truly unique effects. Gold leaf and crystal fight for the privilege of being on the canvas. The multifaceted artist can never be found where you'd expect, and that is voluntary. He endlessly tries to startle us, organizing his own openings to meet his audience, share his emotions in the heat of the moment, armed only with the sensitivity he shows with each new work. He constantly questions himself. He systematically tries to be up to the expectations of the public. He never ceases to take up new challenges, and he loves it. Each series results from researchers, particularly in the area of new trends. The artist wants nothing more than to create something totally contemporary and in line with the era that he grabs at with both hands. His energy and lust for life vibrate on the canvas and in his hyper-realist series of female portraits. Although we never see the eyes of the women, they manage to convey generosity and humor.
So happy happy to be here because two things that I love, Meubles Renault and Rio. I have followed this guy since day one and he's grown so much and he seems to reinvent himself. He's so talented and thank you for having me.
The artist is intent on conveying beauty with generosity and powerfulness, helping us to dream a better future. Wisdom and fantasy, two words that perfectly encompass the journey of the painter with a fascinating universe.